Hi Libra, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of March 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I want to remind you, as always, general monthly read. So just take what resonates and don't stress over what doesn't. All right. The options are down below to book a personal reading with myself. Just reach out via email. Didn't mean to say that first, but I do want to thank you in advance for your likes, your comments, your subscriptions if you're new to the channel. Welcome to this wonderful Libra community, all right, as it grows by the day. Let's see here, as I cleanse the energy dramatically, bear with me, the overall message I received for you for the month of March, of course, in regards to money and career, we got a money-making machine, a frickin' money-making machine. Love it. No surprise there. Let me put this to the side as I clip my microphone awkwardly to my sweatshirt, all right? We're going to begin by pulling a message or two, or three or four, from the Soul's Journey deck, and then we'll pull the main part of the reading, all right? I heard the awkward energies around you won't get the best of you, okay? For my lovely Libras for this upcoming month of March, money and career. Okay, interesting. I'm seeing three purple cards on the board for you. Purple being a very royal card, speaking upon royal energy as well as spirituality. So expect those two vibes to be a part of who you are this month, what you're exuding, as well as just the energy in your situation. I don't feel like multiple, just one. All right, so we have discipline, acceptance, happiness, patience, and failure. We're going to begin with failure. Not everything needs to be successful. I feel like that's going to be a reminder throughout the month of March. It might be something that came to an end at the beginning of March or in the month of February. For some of you, it could be something coming up, but it feels like when you're pushed to accept a certain failure, this could have a lot to do with the past, right? Wrapping something up with a bow in your mind, emotionally, energetically, and just saying, I'm sick of reliving this in my mind, whether it was a financial investment like a place of living, or a job or two, or a business that didn't work out, excuse me, as I struggle, let it go, all right? And you're going to get that push, that final sort of wrap up. And, but again, for a lot of you, it could be something that didn't work out, whether it was a job or a living situation or something of this sort. And you at times second guessing whether you could have made the best out of it. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Accept that failure as a push from the universe, from spirit, to move on, right? To accept that it was almost a warning or a prepping for a storm warning, right? It could have gotten worse, all right? Or it wouldn't have led in the right direction if it wasn't extremely toxic. But with happiness and patience, Libra, I'm being pushed to remind you if you're new to the channel, or to remind you in general, I'll tell you if you're new to the channel. I'm a Leo, Libra, Libra, so I do get you. But with patience and happiness, you're being pushed to accept that your happiness is important. All right? Why do you forget that at times? I feel like you need to remember that making money isn't everything, but it's a month where it reminds you you can be happy in the midst of being this money-making machine. It's going to feel like a bit of a whirlwind as you just try to keep swimming. Oh, feeling like the rants are coming out, feeling things are very fast-paced, feeling like everybody expects a lot from you, but you almost expect more from yourself at times. Do watch the tension in your body and have patience with yourself, other energies in your midst, the amount of workload you take on and accept, or feels kind of put onto your shoulders or your back. I just feel like a lot of Libras are going to expect the world from themselves and be reminded it's a step-by-step situation. You know, you don't want to overwork yourself or just burn yourself to the ground to the point where you need to take an entire week or even more, or, you know, a couple days to replenish oneself. Because it feels like a lot of Libras will expect themselves to work every single day of the month or just almost the entire month, right? And all the meanwhile, just prioritize your happiness. And again, it's a month where you're reminded you can be freaking happy and make all the money in the world, okay? You owe it to yourself. And here are the other two purple cards. We have discipline and acceptance. I am learning to accept things I cannot change. It could be tied to the failure card once again, but it could also be tied to people around you, being pushed to remember you can't change other people. But why would you want to? That's a big task to take on. It may be a situation like a job or a living situation where it's not ideal, but just looking to adjust oneself or just adapt in one way, shape, or form instead of trying to change it. It may have adjusted things poorly in the past, in other situations, or in that same one, or it may just be, yeah, just a need to accept. Also, a push to accept that you're doing what you need to, okay? Whether it's a change, an adjustment, or whether it's you just being reminded you're already in tune and wrapped up with your destiny. You know, if it's a project, a business, a particular industry, I do feel like a lot of Libras are blossoming throughout the month in a beautiful, beautiful spiritual way as they become very calm but get goosebumps on my body. It just feels like you are reminded with this discipline card, as long as you discipline oneself and remind yourself that you have it going on and you can literally accomplish anything that you set your mind to. All right. You're reminded that if you put your energy or resources, your Libran mind towards it, done. It's accomplished, even if it takes a little bit longer than expected. All right. There's also going to be a lot of reminders throughout the month to trust your Libran intuition, your psychic abilities for some of you, and to trust what you already know within, okay? To just not ignore the red flags or the butterflies you get within, okay? So we're going to continue and pull the main part of the reading from the Light Seers deck. For my lovely Librans to continue. Okay, we have 4. Bear with me. Temperance, King of Cups, Knight of Cups, and the 9 of Swords. Some Libras feeling, we're going to go in reverse. Sometimes you have to sort of reverse the order of things, or it may feel like you're doing things in a jumbled manner, or just not in the same procedure you normally would, but you find it more effective or feeling more refreshed in that sense. But interesting message to come out as we talk about the Wounded Warrior card. That's not true. That's the 9 of Wands. But that's kind of how you're feeling, especially at the end of the month, feeling a bit overworked, but feeling successful as far as the savings you've built up throughout the month of March, or just feeling as if you don't have to stress over money as much. Beautiful. But I feel like some of you will be stressing over the workload you need to accomplish or what's on the horizon, or other people's expectations of you. A need to prioritize your happiness all the meanwhile, as you may be pushed to dream for one reason or another at certain points of the month over small little failures or difficulties. And it's not necessarily helpful, but it's a push to sort of accept it and move on, okay? Some of you just feeling as if it's hard to sleep in a living situation, it's not helping you with work or to make the best out of where you're at, feeling sort of stuck for one reason or another. But a lot of you Libra is just being pushed to adjust your perspective through certain downloads, through spiritual occurrences. Have patience with that, all right? With the Knight of Cups, you're feeling quite creative, right? Feeling very passionate, feeling like even with the lack of sleep or the difficulties or just all that's on your plate, you get it done. You know, you feel as if you are maintaining a level of glow and shine about you. Some of you Libras, or a lot of you drawn to this reading, what you're doing for work, business, whatever it is for you, or multiple situations, it allows you to glow through it. You know, I feel like a lot of the times you expect yourself to be more drained when doing it. It's more so after it where you feel a bit drained and have to figure out how to reboot oneself, right? Or just get yourself back to that spunky individual feeling a bit drained. But when you're doing it, you're maybe a little bit over serious. Not all of you, but you're at the very least glowing in the approach to accomplish what you need to, okay? Having a bit of a magical touch. It's not the first time it's come up in a Libra reading. A little bit of nerves will come up occasionally throughout the month, but understand it's to teach you something. With the Page of Swords coming out to touch base upon the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Swords, allow yourself to embrace the knowledge you're intaking, okay? Being pushed to see as productive, doing research, you know, looking up facts online to improve your business. Some of you coming up with creative solutions to make the best out of what you just began or want to move towards as far as a change. Maybe some of you finding that you're learning new ways to improve your sleep so you can improve your workload, or just better quality work at times. But I do feel like some of you are staying up late trying to figure out what to do to improve things or just to make more money. You could find that you're just thinking a lot about it when you're struggling to sleep, even if that's in the middle of the night. You're going to find that there is a focus on working at late hours in one way, shape, or form, or early hours. Okay? So we have the Temperance and the King of Cups coming out. Bear with me. Let me show these to you. I need to have patience and take a peaceful approach throughout the month. You're going to find that it's easier than you expect, especially in the first half of the month, to say, I'm going to accomplish what I need to. I'm going to make all the money that I can throughout the month. Take advantage of the opportunities at hand, or create them, but I'm not going to stress over them. It feels like intuitively, even if you're not sort of anticipating it in a stressful manner, I got a ship coming in. It feels like a job will begin in the upcoming month or two, or that your business is going to bring in the level of abundance that you deserve and have been building towards. However it works for you, it just feels like you will see things work out. And I do feel like some Libras are meditating, working out, maintaining that glow. As with the Knight of Cups and the King of Cups, there's a very glow kind of vibe coming from the individual. And male or female, you're feeling peaceful. You surprise people, or people feel drawn to you. People will, throughout the month, want to donate to you, help with your business, offer you an opportunity to grow or thrive, want to see you succeed in a lot of ways. But you're being prepped to fly towards something new nonetheless, or a new level of success, feeling like there are certain situations or a situation that isn't perfect, but you have to make the best until the best. Or you just feel as if you can thrive elsewhere, and it just motivates you to accept a leap of faith that's about to come to be with the Fool card. Okay, this one's touching base upon the Temperance and the King of Cups, and a push to in a peaceful, collected manner to fall back into what needs to change, fall back into the workload in a very gentle manner. And I do see you succeeding at that, accepting what you can't change once again as you balance things out for yourself. I feel like for some of you Libras, through your work in one way, shape, or form, balancing out other people, pushing them towards the truth, the light, seeing light at the end of the tunnel, even though there's certain difficulties you do encounter throughout the month from time to time, being pushed to put that Libran crown back on and accept that you are royalty in your own manner, in your own way. It's just about taking care of oneself and accepting that you are a machine when it comes to the amount of work you want to accomplish, especially this month. And I feel like moving forward for the majority of 2022. But it's just you prepping for everything you want to achieve, including investments financially, including potentially some traveling for a lot of Libras. Good for you. You may not expect it while watching this reading, but it's ahead. All right, someone's going to want to travel with you. But I do feel like, and if you're looking to travel alone, all for it. I've done that before. It's a very liberating experience. You learn about yourself as an individual. The Devil card coming out. Be careful of overworking yourself or overthinking. All right, if you're someone who typically would stress over money, do not stress it. Let those thoughts go, and remember you're manifesting what you focus on, stress over, or just expect in a lot of ways. But definitely do beware of overworking yourself, because you can sort of remember that the money will flow in a lot of ways. I feel like you're going to have more than one form of income for the majority of you. And for some of you, you just need to remember that working every day of the month isn't necessarily going to make you feel content by the end. All right, you'll feel good about your money, but then feel as if you can't sort of power through and have a great start to the following month. Just try not to let your work control you, and remember that does strip away from your inner peace all the meanwhile. Okay, you need to maintain that peaceful approach once again in way of being, with the Two of Cups coming in. I just heard this is love. All right, a lot of you having a love connection, or someone new. It could be someone new or somebody you've been with, or somebody you expect coming in as it touches base upon the Knight of Cups. And this affecting your finances in a positive way, or just planning a financial change or a change in career in the near future, that's going to be key for you, but also key for them. All right, if the sense of being just a networking connection for you, so be it. But it feels like for a lot of you Libras, this is romance. All right, You're going to find that you think about this individual late at night or just very early in the morning, a lot of texts, updates in that sense, learning more about each other, but also just updating each other on what's changing within your financial investments, your career in general, and just feeling as if your situations are becoming more intertwined or you expect them to moving forward. Okay? Adding a lot of color to your situation, to your life, and all the meanwhile, it just feels like you're reminded that to allow for those connections or a specific somebody to add to your situation, to make time for them here and there, adds to your color of your life and makes you feel more vibrant, better about yourself, and will allow you to even produce better quality work all the meanwhile. But we're going to actually reverse these two as I pulled two cards out. At the top of your reading, we have the High Priestess. Downloads coming in left and right, feeling this connection to the universe, to spirit, feeling very intuitive. Again, a push to accept and trust your intuition all the meanwhile, what you truly know within. I feel like Libras up until this point haven't always acknowledged or trusted that intuition, and it led them in the wrong direction, or led them in the right direction, but then need to switch it up too quickly, okay? But all the meanwhile being pushed to stay connected to the moon, the sun, the stars, and accept how your mood changes due to all of which, okay, and how that could affect your work. What are you doing in your free time in order to benefit your workload, okay? Even if it's not a lot of free time, I feel like part of which is connecting with that individual. But remember, what you do in your spare time, your routines, your habits, definitely affect your work in one way, shape, or form, how you feel about it, and how much you thrive through it. With the Five of Cups at the base of the reading, there is an underlining base feeling of a lot of Libras expecting the worst, or just feeling as if the situation from the past didn't work out, and that one didn't, time after time after time, or I've been struggling with finances up to this point, how can I expect things to work out? Because you're putting in the effort this month, and in general, for the majority of you, because you're allowing for yourself to be that money-making machine and just power through and do what you need to, while trying to keep that vibe and passion and glow alive, and just make, once again, the money you need to, right? And trying to balance things out to a certain extent. Bear with me as there's music playing outside, but with the Hermit in the Wheel of Fortune, you're going to be pushed to take time alone throughout the month. Certain reminders coming through within your Hermit mode that are very key for you. You'll find that you're reminded of what keeps that glow alive when you do spend time alone. You may even find that that's when you're reminded that you overwork yourself at times, or you stress too much. That could be the moments where you find yourself feeling it's really easy to overthink, or just allow your thoughts to get out of control. But with the Wheel of Fortune, you're reminded all the meanwhile that the wheel is frickin' churning for you, Libra, all right? You're finding a lot of success come to be. You're seeing changes come to you a little bit easier, opportunities flowing to you once again, people wanting to help you. A gamble you're going to take in the future will be so damn successful, regardless of what people think or how they would try to hold you back from it. You're going to find that it's not one wheel that's moving, it's multiple. And that biggest wheel, I feel, is your career, but it's the money making that is that second base wheel moving, as I'm seeing a bunch of wheels, almost like a cone, as they get smaller. That's how they're showing me. But you're going to find that it's your career one is your biggest one, churning and shifting and developing as I'm hearing your business will be growing rapidly, especially at the end of the month. But as well, again, your money is just improving and developing, and you're just this money-making machine as a wish fulfillment comes to be, and you find yourself motivated and jumping out of bed to do what you need to because you're a Libra and you don't give up. You work hard, I'm hearing endlessly, to make that money and to achieve what you have, set out to achieve. All right? Wow. Libra, sorry, Spirit just said, get it, Libra. All right? Bear with me as we pull a message or two from the Making Magic deck. For my lovely Libras, I'm being pushed to show this. Little luxuries, all right? Don't be afraid to treat yourself throughout the month in the midst of working your ass off. Bear with my language. Triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Absolutely. You're a multifaceted individual. All right. We have air, Work with the elements of air to cut through to the core of a situation and see the truth. Wow. I mean, yeah, absolutely. You are an air sign. I just heard Libra knows best. Tree of life, true wisdom in making good choices in life. And you're reminded that you're becoming this individual that makes the best choice for themselves. But you need to trust your intuition and just remember that changing it up is an okay thing to do. And again, don't overwork yourself. All right. Ooh, power symbol to create lucky, serendipitous events. Let's pull a couple more. Water. Okay, so your air and water placements are going to be very relevant this month. Healing. Perseverance, absolutely. I mean, come on, you're a Libra. You persevere when the going gets rough or when you just have to put in the work. Okay, same one. Bear with me. That was the serendipitous events one. And then triple spiral, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. One enchanted evening. Wow, that's connected to that Two of Cups. We need one more to wrap it up. Insight. Yeah, absolutely trust your insight. And remember, Libra, it's your time to shine as you are truly a money-making machine, all right? So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. To book a personal reading, the options are down below. Just reach out via email. Hoping you have the most amazing month. Sending you so much love and light, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye, Libra.